how hard is it going to be to succeed? This is more or less asking, is a desirable outcome likely? We're asking if it's worth our time, right? If something's difficult, we associate that with a low probability of success. But that's not the right way of looking at it. If you want something enough, difficult becomes your best friend. It's your greatest asset. And this is one, because of the growth that comes with it, but two, because very few people are willing to chase it down. The reality is, most people are average. And that's just looking at the definition of the word, right? If everyone was great, greatness wouldn't mean anything. There's something special about it. It's unique. It sets people apart. We generally live amongst people, places, and expectations that make up everything we know. That's our normal. That's our box. But what's particularly interesting is that the people we celebrate, the accomplishments we admire, they go far beyond this sort of confined view of the world. So where is the line? Something's weird, it's abnormal, it's looked down upon, until suddenly it's not. You snap your finger and it's cherished. That guitar player practicing 15 hours a day, it's lame. They don't have a real job. They're not contributing anything to society. And then he or she puts out an album that revolutionizes music, and they're a hero. The whole thought process is counterintuitive. And that's why the words difficult and great are so closely related. Not because it's physically stressful, but because great comes with a hefty mental price tag. Difficult means you are consistently doing what the average, normal, and unspectacular deem to be too great a sacrifice. They're not asking if it can be done. They're not asking if it's possible. What they are really asking, what they want to know, is if they have to break through everyday normality to achieve a result. Do we have to make ourselves uncomfortable? Do we have to give more than we normally would? Do we have to be better than we were yesterday? If that answer is yes, the vast majority say thank you, but no thank you. And that's where defining opportunities open up. Great means you have the desire to set yourself apart. Difficult means you have the dedication and the drive to do the little things no one else wanted to do. There is nothing miraculous about greatness. It is not divine. It is not incredible. It's simply seeing the word difficult as a staircase instead of a brick wall. It means you get the opportunity to both give more of yourself and get more from the world. It is your secret door, your passageway. If the incremental progress, the growth, and the sacrifice are worth the prize, easy, difficult, and everything in between fades away. The only thing worth a second of your time is making sure that every step you take points you in the direction of where you want to be most.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day coming in hot on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to go ahead and dominate the day. Fire call this morning. Let's go ahead and drop some love. Let's drop some gratitude down in the chat. I'm grateful for another day. I'm grateful for each of you guys. I'm grateful to be on here, to be healthy, grateful for the family. I'm grateful for all the abundance that is flowing to and through each and every single one of you guys. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into today, right? My topic for you guys today is going to be greatness has a cost, right? Greatness has a cost. If you look at anybody that is successful, anybody that, we could say a name and most people would know, odds are they had to give up to go up, right? They had to make a couple of sacrifices on the way to go ahead and get to where they needed to go. So go ahead and grab your pens, grab your papers. I've got another great training for you guys today. With no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, right? So greatness has a cost. This is I like to call it the whatever it takes mindset, right? So the first question I want to ask you guys before we even dive in is, you got to understand this. People will see you how you see yourself. So my question before we even dive in is, do you see yourself as being powerful? Do you see yourself as being confident? Do you see yourself as being limitless, right? This is where it all starts, at the beginning of your journey. So I've got about 4 questions right here that I want to go through and ask you, okay? 4 legitimate, solid, deeper questions that's really going to make you ask yourself a couple things, okay? Number 1 is going to be, what is it that you really want, right? What is success to you? Why are you going to spend so much time, energy, and money going in the next 90 days to 6 months to a year to really go ahead and better yourself, okay? I did an exercise with a couple of the leaders last night, but when you really start to answer these questions will take you anywhere that you want to go. So start sitting down and figure out, what do you really want and what do you see for yourself in the future? Because if you can't decide what you want, you're going to be spinning around in circles, and you're not going to have that emotional energy to go ahead and take the action. Okay, you're not going to be able to wake up in the morning. You're not going to be able to stay up late. So you've got to really start asking that first question. Now let's get into number 2. Okay, what does it cost? Right, everything that you want, truth be told, is going to cost you something. If you don't sacrifice for what you want is going to be the sacrifice. What you love is going to be the sacrifice. Now I've heard that time and time again, and I've kind of put my own spin on it, right? Now, what I'm telling you is, you're not going to have to sacrifice, getting away from your family. You're not going to have to sacrifice certain things. But what I am going to tell you is, stop majoring in minor things, right? Whether it be the TV, the Netflix, the Wasted Wednesday, the Thirsty Thursday. You've got to figure out, what is your vices to you that you're going to have to give up to go to the next level, right? Because there's things that we're all doing right now that we're spending time on, where that time spent on something else more productive can completely catapult your business and your growth, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, third question, am I willing to pay the price? And the 4th question, am I willing to pay the price right now? Meaning, today, when you get off of this call, what are you willing to give up the second you guys get off this call? It could be sleeping in late. It could be bad eating habits. It could be maybe you haven't been to the gym in 6 months. What are some habits today that you can cut out to add new habits right now to go ahead and get a different result, right? You can't keep doing the same thing and expect something different, okay? So I want to go through 7 different bullet points now. People ask me all the time, like, D, what do you think I really need to do to go ahead and make 2022 a year full of quantum leaps, full of abundance? I'm going to give you 7 things so you can get very meticulous with it. You ready? Number 1 is going to be, you've got to make a decision. And it can't be anybody else's decision. It can't be your mentors. It can't be listening to an audio. You have to be the one to decide for yourself to go ahead and really make this thing happen. When you believe, that's half of the journey, right? Number 2, second thing is going to be, how many of you guys have a goal card? How many of you guys, if I were to go to your house, if I were to ask you to whip out your wallet, how many of you could show me a goal card on the spot? Okay. A boss will tell you something, but a leader will show you. So for me, my goal card, this is something physical that you could call me out at any time, whether I'm traveling, whether I'm at home, that you can see this, right? This is mine. So if you look at it, next to my signature, right, I wrote 1 billion. So every day that I look at that, that's something that I see. That's something that subconsciously affects my mind, that makes me think about when I'm doing something that could be a distraction, right? Distraction, you're losing traction, right? The whole point is to start getting traction. This is going to keep you having traction. So you're always looking at your goals. Whatever you see most of the time, you become. So if you're somebody who doesn't see your goals, you're not writing them down, it's not going to be on your mind. You're not going to be thinking about it. Therefore, you're not going to take a whole lot of action with it, which leads directly into number 3. Okay. So number 2, write down your goal card. It could be something, obviously you guys aren't going to have a license. So I'm going to give you an idea. Get a 3x5 note card and write on it, I am so happy and grateful now that, and write a C-type goal by December 31st, 2022. Write a goal that's really going to make you stretch. And that's something that you can look at every day. And even you're going to be able to read it twice. Once in the morning, could be brushing your teeth. It could be as you're getting up when you have it next to your nightstand. You could have it taped to your ceiling so it's the first thing you see when you open your eyes. And then when you go to sleep. This is one of the last things that you read before you go to bed. And I'm telling you right now, what you look at before you go to sleep influences your dreams. That's why we call it go to sleep to your dreams and waking up to your success. So you've got to always have it on your mind. Number 3, you become what you think about most, right? It goes exactly on what I was just talking about. You've got to be able to see these things, hear them on a daily basis, multiple times throughout the day. If you guys wonder why you get distracted so many times, it's because you're not emotionally attached enough to your goals, right? You haven't taken enough action to put them on paper to make a real connection from the spiritual world into the physical, okay? Number 4, intention. Your intentions must match your desire. I've heard people for the past 4 years, D, I'm ready to go chairman. D, I'm ready to be a 6-7 figure trader. And then once they get out of the event and they go back home, they go right back to their same broke habits. Now, why does that happen? It's really simple. The level of desire is not as high as they really thought it was, right? That's why they say motivation will last maybe for an hour or two after this call, maybe for a day, but eventually it fades. So you can't be motivated in this industry. You've got to learn to be dedicated. That's going to separate the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary. But it comes with figuring out, what do you want? What's your real desire? Number 5, acting as if, right? You've got to act as if that lifestyle, that bank account, that trading account, the residuals are already there. The impact is already there. Your family is already retired, right? How would you act as if these things have already happened in your life? Now, I'm not telling you to go fake it until you make it. What I am telling you to do is faith it until you make it, right? How would you move in your life if you were guaranteed for your family to be retired in 3 to 5 years? If you were guaranteed to have your student loans wiped out, if you were guaranteed to be able to travel the world with your family in 3 to 5 years, but all you had to do was put in the work, how much fear would you have? You wouldn't have fear because you know it's automatically happening. So now all you have to do is do the work. I'm asking you to live your life the same way, because it's a beautiful thing when you start living a life when you hear the fear, but you go and do it anyways. You know, I heard a beautiful quote the other day. It was talking about with courage, somebody that you see that has courage, right? That you see that's bold. The difference is they're not somebody who doesn't feel fear. Everybody feels fear. The difference is they've learned how to feel the fear and do what scares them anyways, right? That's where the real growth comes. So where are we at? Number 6, your daily routine. I can tell you guys right now, your success is going to live and breathe by your daily routine, specifically your morning routine, right? Your morning routine. I'm gonna give you guys a couple different bullet points to go ahead and check off for yourself. Before you guys get on this call at 11, there's things that you should have already done for yourself, for your time to fill up your cup, right? You can't go out and fill up anybody else's cup if you haven't taken the time to fill up your own. So in the morning before you hit this call, journaling, meditation, hitting the gym, right? Silence. I'm going to give you guys actually an acronym to go ahead and utilize for yourself. You ready? It's known as SAVERS. So this is something I learned 4 years ago that changed my morning routine forever, okay? Something you guys can really go ahead and use tactically today. So SAVERS works like this. The S, first thing in the morning, you should have silence. I don't want you checking your phone. I don't want you checking your emails, your messages. You should have silence to be able to go ahead and have that time to yourself. If anything, you can actually give a prayer as you guys are getting up and be thankful that you guys are alive. Be grateful that you're breathing, okay? S is going to be silence. The A is going to be known as affirmations, okay? What are you guys saying to yourself when you get up in the morning? Are you talking to yourself from a state of belief, from a state of confidence? Or are you waking up in a state of lack, in a state of fear? Both sides are going to play a big difference. So how do you change that? Start triggering your mind with affirmations and affirmations. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've been able to, whatever it is, retire my family. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm living a life of abundance. Why am I so great at having quantum leaps? Why am I so great at impacting others on a daily basis, right? Start learning to speak what's actually coming into your life. The V is going to be known as visualization, okay? You've got to be able to see it, hear it on a daily basis. That's why they say, hear no evil, see no evil. So when you guys get up, I have a 10-minute visualization that you guys can listen to every morning to start actually priming your brain the first thing when you get up, okay? The E is going to be known as exercise. I'm telling you, this is a crucial part in leveling up in your success. If you cannot challenge your body, there's no way you're going to be able to challenge your mind. Because guess what? They go hand in hand. So if you're lazy in certain areas of your life, it's going to be able to ripple in your body, right? You can look at somebody in 10 seconds and see if they have a good habit, see if they have good routines. So this is a place that you guys might need to go back and start. R is going to be known as reading. Truth be told, there's not a book that any of us are ever going to read that hasn't already written down the problem that we're probably going to experience in our life. Whatever you guys are going through, it's already been written and talked about in a book. Somebody's already experienced it and probably got past that. Okay, so the answers are in the books. And S is going to be known as scribing. Okay, journaling. You guys have got to start getting used to journaling your days. Okay, there's nothing better than being able to journal something down, and then years later, you're actually able to go and check it off in your life. There's a beautiful part about being able to see the future before it happens. And the last but not least, number 7 for you is that whatever it takes mindset. People ask me like, yo, D, what do I have to do to get chairman? What do I have to do to achieve a six-figure trading account? I'm going to tell you right now, whatever it takes. Yes, it's going to be a grind. Yes, it's going to be difficult, but is it going to be worth it? 10 out of 10 times, my answer is going to be yes. Would you rather just go and grind 40 years to build somebody else's dreams, or would you rather go hard for 3 to 5 years to build your dreams, to learn lifetime skill sets? So for me, absolutely worth it. With that being said, I hope you guys got a ton of value. If nobody told you today, I believe in you. You're great. You're abundant. If you believe in yourself, go ahead and drop a 777 down below, and let me see who actually has the conviction and the belief coming in for 2022. Let me see it. Drop it down below because it's already done. I will see you guys at the top because the whole squad is coming together. Let's get to work. It's game time.